இந்த வீடியோவை வழங்குவோர் ஆலயா காட்டன்.
லைக் கிரிக்கெட்லலாம் அவன் 6 அடிச்சு ஒன்றும் பண்ண மாட்டான், பட் கோல் அடிச்சா ஹி ரியலி செலிப்ரேட். ஸோ நீங்கள் பார்த்தா ஹிஸ் டிசிஷன் மேக்கிங் ரொம்ப சின்ன வயசுலேருந்தே ஆரம்பிச்சிடலாம். ஸோ ஒன்ஸ் யூ ஸ்டார்ட் டேக்கிங் டிசிஷன்ஸ் ஃபார் யூர் யார் வர நீங்கள் இருந்தால் அண்ட் த கர்னல் டெல்ஸ் மீ ஆல்வேஸ் கேரிஸ் அ செட் ஆஃப் ஹிஸ் யூனிஃபார்ம் பேக்கில். இஃப் யூ ஃபெல்ட் தட் நீங்கள் வந்து கொஞ்சம் கூட சீரியஸாக இல்லை அவங்க துரத்திடுவோம். லைக் தட்ஸ் வென் இஸ் ஆங்கர் வுட் கம் ஆன். நீங்கள் அப்படி டேரெக்டாக சொன்னால் அவன் கரெக்டாக ஆப்போசிட் பண்ணுவான். நீங்கள் அப்படி சஜஷன் மாதிரி நீங்கள் அப்படி வந்து வை டோன்ட் யூ ட்ரை டூயிங் திஸ் அப்படி சொன்னால் தென் மேபி ஹி வில் கன்சிடர் இட். டெண்டுல்கர்னு பார்த்தா கிரேட் பேட்ஸ்மேன், லைக் லெஜெண்ட், பட் அட் த சேம் டைம் ஒரு ஹியூமிலிட்டி இருக்குது. டிராவிட்னு பார்த்தா ஜென்டில்மேன், லைக் லக்ஷ்மன்னு பார்த்தா ஜஸ்ட் கிளாஸி. காங்குலின்னு பார்த்தா so many things you can say about him, like just like wears his emotions on his sleeve and மாதிரி. பட் நீங்கள் தோனியை பார்த்து
எதிர் நீச்சல் வித் உங்கள் நம்னித். இன்னைக்கு நம்ம ஷோவில் யார் இருக்காங்கன்னு பார்த்தீங்கன்னா ஒரு ரைட்டர் கூட தான் பேச போகிறோம். எஸ், த தோனிஸ் டச் அப்படின்னு ஒரு புக்கை எழுதியிருக்கிற பரத் சுந்தரேசன் கூட தான் பேச போகிறோம். வணக்கம் ப்ரோ.
Thank you so much for having me here. And நான் தமிழ்லையும் பேச ட்ரை பண்ணுவேன். Like the most important thing about this interview for me is நான் தமிழில் பேச கிடைக்கும் எனக்கு. So I can show off my Tamil.
சொல்லுங்க, தோனி டச்.
Right.
How did this happen? எப்படி ஆரம்பிச்சிங்க?
ஸோ நான் வந்து I've been a cricket journalist with the Indian Express for many years now. இப்போ 11 வருஷம் ஆகிடுது எனக்கு. 2008 சென்னை வந்து தான் நான் ஜேர்னலிசம் படித்து நான் அங்கே போனேன். So obviously na cricket cover பண்ணும்போது I've covered his matches like in India, outside India a lot, and then especially outside India, like you get to see the guy a lot, so he'd always intrigued me. Now interview la jaasti kudukka maatar அவர். Never, like he's not given an Indian journalist an interview since 2007 almost. Now captain aanatla inda அவர். So he'd always intrigued me as a person, like off the field we would have like random chats, like over the years, like about hair, like generally the hair is much longer, but என்னோட பொண்டாட்டி திருப்பி வந்து கட் பண்ணிட்டு போயிடுறா. So we've had like lots of interesting things to talk about apart from cricket. So என்னாச்சுன்னா 2016 வந்து, and obviously I'd written like with time, like most of us have written big pieces on Dhoni. So I had done like full page pieces on his captaincy, his finishing, and 2016 during the IPL I did one on his keeping, just like ஒரு technical scientific analysis of his keeping. ஒரு ஞாபகம் இருந்தா ஒரு மேட்ச்ல வந்து he stuck his leg out அது மாதிரி. So and then that became like, so I called him the Pythagoras of cricket keeping, and அந்த piece எழுதினேன். So it was actually not, I never thought of writing a book. Like people would tell me like nee but I'm too lazy, so I never planned to write a book. I would put it off. So Penguin, the publishers of the book, they got in touch with me around May 2016, and they said like, would you be interested in writing a book on Dhoni? So then initially I was slightly reluctant, and it's so much you yourself have written about him, and so much written about him already. So if anything, it has to be something that has interested me. So na sonna mari his personality, like why he does things so differently, the unconventional side of his cricket and everything else that had intrigued me. So na sonna edana it will be about basically like the Dhoni touch, unraveling this enigmatic personality. So அப்படிதான் ஆரம்பிச்சது அது.
இல்லை, ஒய் ஸ்பெசிஃபிக்லி தோனி? அதாவது நிறைய கிரிக்கெட்டர்ஸ் இருக்காங்க, நிறைய சக்ஸஸ்ஃபுல் கிரிக்கெட்டர்ஸ் இருக்காங்க. அப்சல்யூட்லி தோனி இஸ் ஆல்சோ ஒன் ஆஃப் த சக்ஸஸ்ஃபுல் கேப்டன் கிரிக்கெட்டர்.
சென்னையில இருந்து you have to accept.
கண்டிப்பா. ஸோ இப்படி இருக்கிறப்போ ஒய் ஸ்பெசிஃபிக்லி ஆன் தோனி?
நீங்க ஜென்ரலி கிரிக்கெட்டர்ஸை பார்த்தா இன் மோர் வேஸ் தென் ஒன் நீங்கள் வந்து அவளை வந்து ஒரு மாதிரி கேரக்டரைஸ் பண்ணலாம். லைக் நீங்கள் டெண்டுல்கர்னு பார்த்தா கிரேட் பேட்ஸ்மேன், லைக் லெஜெண்ட், பட் அட் த சேம் டைம் ஒரு ஹியூமிலிட்டி இருக்குது. டிராவிட்னு பார்த்தா ஜென்டில்மேன், லைக் லக்ஷ்மன்னு பார்த்தா ஜஸ்ட் கிளாஸி. காங்குலின்னு பார்த்தா so many things you can say about him, like just like wears his emotions on his sleeve and மாதிரி. பட் நீங்கள் தோனியை பார்த்தா it's very difficult to, like Captain Cool is a very lazy way of describing him, because there are so many layers to him, like so many things he's interested in apart from cricket, and just the way he goes about his business, it's so different than any Indian, forget about Indian captain, Indian cricketer who's come before him or will ever come after him. He's a very non-Indian cricketer almost. So that had always intrigued me, and then clearly Penguin thought that I can do a good job with like bringing out that side of him, like or those sides of him. So that's why Dhoni, like, so maybe if they had approached me for someone else I would have still done it, but Dhoni really, like had that connect with it, the topic itself.
இந்த புக் த தோனி டச், இந்த புக் எழுதுறதுக்கு இந்த கண்டென்ட் அனலைஸ் பண்றதுக்கு உங்களுக்கு எவ்வளவு நாள் ஆச்சு?
ரொம்ப நாள் ஆச்சு. ஃபர்ஸ்ட் ஆஃப் ஆல் டு கன்வின்ஸ் மை செல்ஃப் தட் நான் இந்த புக் பண்ண முடியும். லைக் பிகாஸ் இட்ஸ் இந்தியா மாதிரி ஒரு கண்ட்ரியில் தோனி மாதிரி கிரிக்கெட்டர். ஸோ அண்ட் ஐ வாசன்ட் ரைட்டிங் அபவுட் ஹிம் இன் இஸ் ஏர்லி டேஸ், ரைட்? ஆல்ரெடி அவன் ஆல்மோஸ்ட் 12 வருஷம் ஆயிடுத்தான் விளாடி 2016. So much written about him, like so much I myself had written as a journalist about his life, his stories and all that. So it was very intimidating to start with ki ennala and enough vandu matter accumulate panna mudiyuma. And because my whole theory was that edhanona it has to be new, something whatever I write, even if if I say I'm like bringing in like chala anecdotes which are famous, like adukku or perspective kuduthu like konjam different ah adu vandu present பண்றது was my so in that time ஆச்சுனா initially so I mean I can't sit here and say Dhoni என்னோட friend, no journalist can say that, and it's a very dangerous thing to say that a cricketer is my friend, because like you know we have our professional relationships, but yeah, some obviously you get to get close to when you cover cricket over time and all that, but you still need to draw a line. Lada nana vela panna mudiyadhu. So I mean Dhoni and I whatever, like off the field we would like have random conversations, and like I don't know, he always seemed to get amused by me for some reason. So the first thing I had to do was I informed him about the book, that in the Mari book this is what it's about. So then I had to find out whether he'll talk to me for the book or not, because I had to take that chance. Like Penguin had not insisted that he pays it on, but I thought like considering I know him and he like we have conversations, why not ask him? And the problem with Dhoni is illa aamanu solla maatan. So he'll just like abhi nahi baad mein dekhenge, aaj nahi kal parso appdi sollinde irpom, இன்னைக்கு இல்ல நாளைக்கு பாத்துக்கலாம். So the whole of 2017 IPL was spent Pune kaga aadittu irundha, luckily lada I would have had to come to Chennai every week. So na Bombay la irukadala I would drive down to Pune, and Dhoni does not use his phone, like in the sense he uses his phone, but obviously not to like deal with the likes of me. So it's only few people who he deals, like he uses his phone to get in touch with. So phone illa, email illa. So the only way to get in touch with Dhoni is ninga the press conference practice session bodu ninga side la nikkanum, and you hope that he has time to see you and he's not surrounded by hundreds of people. And then you ask him like, so it or 2 months just to find out whether he's going to talk or not.
Okay, did he talk to you?
He did not. So that's the whole point. Like, so it took me 2 months, and then he would like now so 2019 kapram pesana edukku apro. So I said, boss, now ava pinadi irka, so there's a deadline, so I have to fulfill there. So my contract is also there. So but what he did do is now finally or naal Champions Trophy ku munadi last year na meet pannem, and he was going for the Champions Trophy, I was going to cover it. So I told him, saying, if you had to write this book, who would you talk to? Then he said like rendu moonu ver da irka, ava Ranchi la irka, other Chennai la irka, they are the only people who will like but they don't generally do interviews. So what he did do was he gave me access to those people. So when I went and met them in Ranchi, one of his best friends called Chittu, like he's featured in the movie, ninga movie pathirna kannadi potundu, like but he doesn't do interviews. So but when I went to Ranchi, he himself called me and said come to Ranchi. And he said like Mahi, like anga Mahi MS la kadad Mahi da solluva. So he avane sollirka onta pesalana. So that was great. Like so I got really rare access to the man himself, like through him. And then onga Chennai le there's this Colonel Shankar Vembu, who's very popular now. So he gave me access to him as well. So he described the whole Fauji side of Dhoni, why he loves the army, what part of the army does he love, how it's not this jingoistic love, like you know, Mera Bharat adu mari kada. It's more than it's there, that must be there, I don't know, but like it's more to do with like how his personal interest in being a Fauji. So on the aspect nariya enak kadachide. So it took a good like 1.5 years to like for this long winding answer to end. Also it feels like it's taken 1.5 years, but that's how long it took for me to be confident enough ki I have enough to just know. Okay. Like
Dressing room diaries,
right?
what is it?
I can't reveal much, like ena pinna newspaper kepa nee inga edala edo interview la pay kodukaren, like in the sense about Dhoni involving he's like I'll give you an example. Zimbabwe 2016 tour, I was there because I was sent specifically to just track him. Nothing to do with the book, but like because you didn't know where his career was going at that point. He was still captain. He was sent as captain to lead a very young team, full second string. Ipa India ka aadravalla appo Rahul made his one day debut there. KL Rahul, Chahal was there, Kuldeep Yadav, all like young kids who are now playing full time for India. So he was very different in that on that tour, because suddenly you feel எல்லாரும் வந்து சின்ன பசங்க, எனக்கு ஒருத்தருமே சரியா தெரியாது, like you know, I'm like this old guard in the mix. So what he does is like he takes a leadership role even off the field. Our room la da, like they say that the door to his room is always open, hotel la irukkumbodhu, so anybody can come in for a chat anytime they want. So he's like our room la da, there'll be PlayStation, so neenga anga vandu da vaana PlayStation aadradhukku, and like you would order food from outside. Zimbabwe la neenga jaasti velila la poga mudiyadhu, Harare la that's illa, and it's slightly not very safe, so they would order food indoors, and like he's like a leader even on and off the field. And like dressing room la, so if you see, he's always very relaxed, he's always in the background. Ninga the dressing room camera zoom panna, he's always in the back, like yeah, so it's like something's going on, it's things going on in his head. But as a captain he was very firm, like yaar coach irundhalum yaar irundhalum, like at times you can also say, like almost to the extent of being stubborn, ki na indha decision edutha idha. Like VB sir, who hopefully you guys will meet soon, was telling me great stuff about dressing room diaries, like from the early Chennai Super Kings days, like where VB sir was team director and like selector. He's the guy who picked Dhoni in the, I mean one of the selectors who picked Dhoni in the Indian team for the first time. So he tried to be the senior, like you know, senior cricketer, director of the team. He would say stuff like hey, in the toss ni on the jaicha, why are you just batting like first, fielding without like blindly just batting first, you look at the opposition adu mari. And then Muralidharan ku nee 3 over dhaan kudukra. And then VB sir found out that neenga oru director sonna avan correct opposite பண்ணுவான், நீங்க ஒரு suggestion மாதிரி நீங்க அப்படி வந்து oh why don't you try doing this அப்படி சொன்னா then maybe he will consider it. So அந்த மாதிரி there's that side to him as well, like you know, and in the dressing room he's like that. நீங்க பார்த்தா he's always been against, like because over the years a lot of like news gets leaked out of the dressing room and all that. So during the Dhoni rule it was like a big no-no. I mean it's still a big no-no, but it still comes out. Like I mean, as journalists we have our ways to find out, like get around the. But during the Dhoni era there have been cases, I can't take names, where the players have been left out just for like you know leaking out information about whatever, like team rift or whatever it has been, like ivarmanka avanku serala or adu mari news velila vandatnalaka he's like they have like been left out, like so adu mari. So yeah, dressing room diaries, like where baki avana da neenga kupana interview to get like yeah, but he's just a very like chill out guy, like he doesn't like to talk too much cricket off the field, on the field. Like neenga paatha kuda there's a lot of, because he has like neenga nariya cricketers paatha they're all almost in a cocoon, like avalukku cricket dhaan theriyum, or like or you'll get to like hear them talk about on a random PlayStation. நீங்க யாரோட இன்டர்வியூ பண்ணுங்க, it's very cliche, PlayStation or Manchester United, or like I always tell people like to be a young cricketer in today's day and age எவ்வளோ ப்ரெஷர் இருக்கும் அவன் மேலே. ஏன்னா வந்து வந்தா you need to know how to play football, ஏன்னா they start by playing football, and நீங்க ஏதாவது EPL டீம் சப்போர்ட் பண்ணலன்னா you will be left out, right? So எல்லாரும் வந்து Man U சொல்லிடுவார், Chelsea சும்மா பேருக்காக வர. So he's a big Man U fan, I think, or Chelsea fan, one of those two, I think. Man U fan, I think. So he loves his football because he started off life as a footballer, right, like goalkeeper. So on goal la adicha neenga paakalam, neenga the warm up la that's the only time you'll see him celebrate, you know. Like cricket la na 6 adichu onnu panna maatam, but goal adicha he really celebrates. So and I've heard he's very like competitive with the PlayStation and like adala romba
தோனியோட ஒரு எமோஷன் சைடு, ஒரு ஆங்கிரி சைடு, அதெல்லாம் நம்ம பார்க்கவே முடியல. ஐ மீன் ஆன் ஃபீல்ட் தோனியை பார்க்குறப்போ we just see the captain cool, காம், அப்படியே சைலண்டா எல்லாத்தையும் மைண்ட்ல பிளான் பண்ணிட்டு எல்லாத்தையும் எக்ஸிக்யூட் பண்ற தோனியை தான் பார்க்குறோம். அந்த ஒரு எமோஷன் சைடுக்கான ஒரு ஸ்பேஸ் இந்த புக்ல இருக்குன்னு நினைக்கிறீங்களா?
Yeah, I think but more or less like அவன் எப்படி இருக்கானோ on the field, it's not an act. Like some people are different, like அந்த white line fever னு சொல்வா, like
அவர் எப்படி இருப்பார் உண்மையிலே அந்த எமோஷனல் சைடு?
Emotional side, he doesn't get too emotional about most things in life. And our life would fundava, it's about controlling the controllables. Clichés, but still like he believes நிறைய பேர் சொல்லுவா, but like living in the moment, like இது சொல்றதுக்கு நிறைய பேர் சொல்லுவா, but he actually does it. Like for example, if you call him here for an interview, he will not bring his phone, and like B, like he will give you 30 minutes, but on the 30 minutes la vandu you have only 30 minutes with him. On the 30 minutes he's with you, like he's not anywhere else. Adanal he always tells people that na yen phone kondu vandu on வீட்டுக்கு வரணும், because and nobody is so important that our phone call varo or whatever, and the half an hour he will dedicate to you. So his emotional side is like it's so well like defined in the sense that that's why you never see him get too carried away. Jeichalo romba over aamata thotalum and at times, and the fact that when he was captain, whenever India lost, he would ensure he comes for the press conference. But press conference nadaku right match kapano to face up to the and Jeicha, he would be the last person to come. Like he would always be on the side. So நீங்க பார்த்தா his decision making ரொம்ப சின்ன வயசுல இருந்தே ஆரம்பிச்சிடும். So once you start taking decisions for யார் போல நீங்க இருந்தா, so you start taking responsibility, right? So நீங்க emotional side, angry side, it's in the book. அவனோட friends சொன்னா only his wife and his really close friend get to see the angry side of Dhoni apparently. And the angry side would only come more to do with like நீங்க ஒரு sport ஆடுற, and அவனுக்கு நீங்க சீரியஸா இல்லைன்னா you would see him even on the field. He would like when he's captain, ஒரு தடவை அவருக்கு ஸ்ரீசாந்த் வந்து ஃபைன் லெக்ல நிற்கும்போது பெங்களூர் டெஸ்ட் மேட்ச், அவன் ஏதோ க்ரௌடோட இன்ட்ராக்ட் பண்ணிட்டு இருந்தான். அவனை ரொம்ப திட்டினான் ஆன் கேமரா, லைக் யூ குட் ஹியர் ஹிம். லைக் அது மாதிரி தான். ஸோ ஹிஸ் ஃப்ரெண்ட் சிட்டு would say, சின்ன வயசில் பேட்மிண்டன் விளையாடும்போது இஃப் he felt that நீங்கள் வந்து கொஞ்சம் கூட சீரியஸாக இல்லை அவங்க துரத்திடுவோம். லைக் தட்ஸ் when his anger would come out. Like if he has this uncanny knack of like understanding people, which not many people do, but he seems to really have that good knack of யார் எப்படி லைக் லைக் யூ நோ how to handle people and understand people. இவனோட எப்படி இருக்கணும், அவனோட எப்படி இருக்கக்கூடாது. And again it all boils down to அவனோட லைக் யூனோ பேக்ரவுண்ட். லைக் நீங்கள் இவ்வளோ நீங்கள் வந்து தானே டிசிஷன் எடுத்து தானே பண்ணிட்டா யூ டெவலப் த. ஸோ தென் யூ ஹேவ் டு லைக் பில்ட் லைக் ஒரு பவுண்டரி அரவுண்ட் யுவர் செல்ஃப், ரைட்? நீங்கள் வந்து எத்தனையும் ஜாஸ்தி ட்ரஸ்ட் பண்ண மாட்டேன், பிகாஸ் யூ ஆர் லைக் ஆல்வேஸ் கேர்ஃபுல். நான் அது மாதிரி பண்ணியிருக்கேன், நினச்சிருக்கேன், அது பண்ணணும். So I can't have like anyone like come in my way. So ninga adanal avanoda circle is so small. It's like a mixture of like, you know, it was just meant to be a lot of serendipity and because of all that, and he accepts that, is why you don't see like him getting too emotional. Like obviously I've heard from his people close to him that he gets emotional about certain people, like some people like his friend in the army and all. He's very different with them. Like he's very open with them, he's very candid with them, because he sees himself as like being one of them. So he takes so much pride in the uniform. Ninga paatha ipo kuda and the Republic Day edu kadikumbodhu he wore he marched to the thing. He takes so much pride in being that in the uniform. So andala on uniform vandu kadichapram for a few days there was no, I mean it's an honorary thing, right? He wanted medals. So on the paratrooping pay, he did the 5 jumps just so that he can get a medal. And the colonel tells me he always carries a set of his uniform on bagla. And the colonel would ask him, Mari, IPL you just like travel one day, you land, play and go. Why are you carrying it? So apparently he would tell him that, sir, agar chance mil gaya to. So he's that emotional about the uniform and like those things. And if like apparently his Jawan friends, like just to pull his leg, they'll say, "Arey ye theek nahi hai, ye fold theek nahi hai." And apparently he'll come to the colonel and say, "Sir, aapne mujhe bataya nahi hai aisa hai." So those things affect him more than like criticism on in regards to. Obviously it does affect him. Like I mean you can see it now. You and the press conference, like calling the Australian journalist, nanu in the press conference, that's not done. Like that's not like, I mean, as a journalist that's not something that you can sit and like applaud and say wow it's not funny, because that's undermining our naanga pandra vela. So you can see that angry side coming out like on and off ippo. But I think otherwise just his like in the background and the way he thinks about life, it's very like I think one of the best lines I got while writing the book was one of his close friends told me, ninga Dhoni paatha, he always takes deep breaths. It's almost like he's living every moment, every moment he breathes in and out very like you'll never see him romba hurried to do anything. So that they feel is the secret to why he is the way he is.
What was Dhoni's response to this book?
Oh, so he like so we would meet on and off after the whole book thing. I've spent like a lot of time off the field just randomly having conversations. Last year in England during the Champions Trophy, and after that I went to the West Indies in the one day series kaga poinda, one day and T20 kaga. So it was good, like nariya journalists illa. So we developed this whole joke or this fun conversation about my hair. So whenever he would meet me, he would say, "Arey baal kat le," because my hair was long, and I would keep telling him, "Yaar, you're the one who had like, you should be the last one asking me to cut my hair." Like, you know, even though I've had long hair longer than him. Like 2002 la valaka arambicha, na 2001 la arambicha. It's not like based on, a lot of people come up to me, "Oh, neenga Dhoni patti book edine ungalku periya thalama irukku." It's not the case. Like I've had long hair, so I'm very proud of it as well. So that's why I've dedicated the first 2 chapters there, because we really bonded over that thing, like about like hair, and like he would keep like asking me to cut my hair, and then finally I sent a copy of the book to him, like through a colleague of mine who was in England, Napoli and the England tour. So thanks to him, like he posed with it. He even got Sakshi, his wife, to pose with the book. That like acted as a great promotional tool for the book. And but he's not someone who reads much, so, or he has a reputation of being who doesn't read much. Most cricketers say they don't read newspapers, but they always get to know what's written, so you wonder how. So, but he doesn't read, honestly, he doesn't read much. So I thought enga avan book avan padikka poran, but I met him like recently after he'd come back from the England one-day series. A press conference in Bombay. So நான் அந்த டீம் ஹோட்டல் நாங்கள் வெயிட் லைக் டீம் ஹோட்டலில் இருந்தது. நான் ஜஸ்ட் வெயிட் பண்ணிட்டு இருந்தேன் அந்த ரூமில் வித் ஆல் அதர் ஜேர்னலிஸ்ட். அவன் வந்தான். ஃபர்ஸ்ட் அவன் என்னை பார்த்து சொன்னான், அரே தூனே பால் காட்டலையா? ஸோ பிகாஸ் ஐ ஜஸ்ட் கட் மை ஹேர். And so it was almost like life had come a full circle, like நீங்கள் book படிச்சா you will get to know why I speak so much about hair. So it had come a full circle, and then நான் சொன்ன மாதிரி like I told him book முடிஞ்ச உடனே I will do it. So இது மாதிரி ஆச்சு. And he seemed to have read a few chapters of the book, at least the Fauji chapter, because he came and, being Dhoni, he had spotted one small error and he came and told me also. I said, yeah, like I have written 60,000 words and the chinna or tappa vandu nee padik solra. But he seemed very happy about it. He even like announced to the whole room. He pointed at me and said, now you have written a book, so you can also sponsor some spikes. So nanu kathina, I said, only if you help me promote the book more. So yeah, that was a good sign. Like that means that he had like he's of course he's been like in the know about the book, but the fact that konjam padichirukka or page padichide, it's like a big surprise for me, pleasant surprise though. Yeah,
thank you for coming.
No problem. Thank you so much for having me over.
Thank you.